Dear students, parents, staff members, and all the audience present for this session, I welcome all of you. This session is arranged by Global Vision International School. So I express my thanks to the management of Global Vision International School. The topic which is assigned to me is study techniques. So in today's lecture, I will elaborate the different study techniques students have to follow during their study. The most important study technique is time management. Friends, God has given one thing equally to all of us, that is a day of 24 hours. During these 24 hours, out of near about 8 hours we waste for sleep. Remaining 16 hours we can utilize for obtaining some useful work. During these 16 hours, our efficiency is not same throughout the day. For some period, we feel much energetic. For some time, we feel somewhat laziness, and remaining period, we feel moderate. My first suggestion to all of you is classify your subjects into three categories. First category, difficult subjects. Second category, very simple subjects. And third category is moderate subjects. Difficult subjects may include the subjects like mathematics and science. Simple subjects may include languages, maybe Marathi, Hindi. And moderate subjects may include history, geography, information technology, or computer related subjects. My second idea is that assign difficult subjects to the most efficient time slot. That is, when you feel very energetic, always try to take these subjects for study. It may be morning session. During morning session, try to study mathematics or science related subjects. During afternoon session, try to study very simple subjects. It may be Marathi or Hindi, like that. And in third session, try to study the moderate subjects. It may be history, it may be civics or geography, like that. If you try to study in this way, then you will come to know that within a day you can study at least 4 to 5 subjects. Friends, instead of studying a single subject for a continuous day, use this idea. Within one day, you can study different subjects as per this rule. Second important thing is that your study arrangement must be proper. Always try to study on a study chair in front of a table. Your gesture, that is position, must be straight. Your back must be straight. Your legs must be straight. The thighs must be making angle of 90-degree with lower legs. You must study or you must sit in a straight position. It has been observed that if the students study in this straight position, then they can remember maximum study or maximum they have read. Suppose you are sitting on your chair, the book or notebook must be in your hand properly. Your concentration must be 100% in the notebook only, notebook or book, whatever you are using. Light arrangement must be from the back side. That is, light must come from backside on the notebook. You must read it easily. The light which is used, you can use LED because its brightness is white, that is present to the eyes, and also electricity bill, it comes less. Energy saving is there. So always use LED, chair in proper position. First, if you are using or if you are studying, suppose science subject, then try to read the first question very carefully. Read the answer Try to understand the answer in your mother tongue. That is, don't by heart the answer, but try to understand the meaning of that answer. Make correlation of that question and answer. This is a reading phase. After reading phase, there is a thinking phase. Close your eyes, recall or try to recall all the points what you read. Initially, you may remember 5 to 7 points out of suppose 10. Suppose you remember 5 points. Then don't immediately open the notebook and read all the points, but try to stretch your memory. Try to recall. Go on recalling. After recalling for some time, maybe 10 second or 15 second, you will come to know that you can remember 2 more points. That is, out of 10, you can remember 7 points. 3 points still you don't remember. In that condition, you open the notebook, read these 3 points only that you could not remember during your recalling phase. After that, take second question. Read the question, read the answers in the similar way. And by this way, you have to complete that subject. After getting bored for suppose 1 or 1.5 hour, take second subject. Study it for sufficient time. Try to take interest, study. After that, take third subject. By this way, you have to study. Remember one thing, that reading without thinking is just like eating without digestion. There are 3 phases of study. In Marathi, it has been said that Vachan, Manan and Chintan. Vachan, that is the reading phase. Manan, that is the recalling phase. And third is Chintan, that why this is like that, why this is so. That phase is called as a Chintan phase. Like this, you have to complete study of one by one subjects. If the subject is mathematics or mathematics oriented subject, then don't study it just by reading method, but take some rough pages or rough notebook and write all the data related to the problem and hide the total answer or example. Try to solve the example or numerical problem, whatever it is, by step. First, write the formula, then put all the values one by one, do the calculations, write down the answer. After you get the answer, then cross check that answer with the notebook answer. If it is 100% correct, then take second example. But if it is not correct, then just by observing from the notebook, pay attention which steps gone wrong. Take some efforts in understanding those steps. By this way, you can score good marks in mathematics or mathematics oriented subjects. For science, there are chemical reactions. Chemical reactions also, you try to write in rough notebook or on the rough papers, and after that try to balance these reactions or try to understand how the reactions are balanced. For mathematics related subject, make one diary and in that diary write all the formulas chapter wise. For example, chapter number 1, these 10 formulas we have to remember. Chapter number 2, these 20 formulas we have to remember. In that single diary, you write down all the formulas. Keep that diary always on your study table. Whenever you want, you can refer that diary, and in study time, you try to by heart all these formulae regularly. By this way, you can score good marks in mathematics related subject. In science, there are number of figures. Try to draw the figure without copying from the book. Observe the figure carefully from the book Memorize it, take one rough paper, try to draw that figure. Give all the namings which are given in the notebook. If something you don't remember, in that condition, first stretch your memory. If you remember it, very good. If you don't remember, then open the notebook, observe the figure once again, and try to memorize the point which you didn't remember during your redrawing. By this way, you can do the practice of drawing sketches. Science related subject you can prepare by this way. Try to understand, do the study conceptually, don't only by heart the answers. Physics, chemistry or biology related subjects you try to cover by this way. Second session, that is after 1 o'clock, you feel somewhat lazy because you had your dinner and due to that you feel lazy. In that session, try to do some activity or try to solve or try to draw some sketches or figures like that. If your hands are involved in studying with your eyes and with your brain, then there is no question of sleep. So try to understand this thing or this biological way of our body. The third important session, that is during evening. Try to take the subjects like history or geography. Study these subjects, try to understand and try to write the answers in your own language. Don't try to by heart answers. Answers must be in your own language. So this is the first. In first session, I told you that during which session we have to study which subject and by which way. Second important technique for study is regularity. During regularity, today I will suggest you few things. These things you have to follow regularly. One is that how many of you remember the tables from 11 to 30? Very few students, I am sure. So today I will give you one activity that daily revise all the tables starting from 2 to 30. It will not take much time. It will take hardly 5 to 7 minutes. But daily revise all the tables. Second thing, daily try to learn one spelling or one word, its meaning in your mother tongue and its correct spelling. It will take hardly 1 to 2 minutes to prepare one spelling daily. Number 3, good handwriting is actually a God gift. But our handwriting should be readable. If your handwriting is not good, then by taking continuous efforts, you can make your handwriting good. For that purpose, at least write 5 lines daily. 5 lines maybe in Marathi, 5 lines maybe in English. But try to improve your handwriting. Good handwriting makes a good impression. These three things will take hardly 8 to 9 minutes. And the fourth activity, what I want to tell you that is that try to draw one figure from your textbook daily. Daily try to remember one figure and try to redraw it without copying. If you do these 4 activities daily, then it will consume hardly 10 minutes, but it will beneficial to you throughout your life. So try to do these 4 things daily. Number 1 is revision of all the tables. Number 2, learn one spelling daily. Number 3, handwriting of 5 lines of Marathi, 5 lines of English. And number 4, try to draw one figure daily. These 4 things, it will beneficial to you throughout your life. The third important thing in study techniques is your concentration. Friends, it is very much important that how you study, but it is very less important that how much time you study. I have seen few students that they study throughout the day, maybe 8 hours, 10 hours or 12 hours per day, but they get only 60 or 70% marks. But few students are there, those who study only for 4 to 5 hours in a day, but they score very good, 90%, 95% like that. Why this difference is there? Only because of concentration. First student lacks concentration, second student is having very good concentration. So concentration is very much important. There is one story in Mahabharata. Dronacharya was guru of Kaurav and Pandav. One day he was teaching archery to his students. The task was the eye of an artificial bird which is kept on the tree. Dronacharya called one student and he asked him that what he is seeing. He told that he is observing one tree, number of trees on one tree, number of branches are there, likewise. Then he called second student. He asked what he is observing. Second student said he is observing number of branches of the trees. Then he called third student. Third student told he is observing number of leaves, green leaves and all that. Then he called Arjun. Then he called one more student. That student told he is observing the bird. Then he called Arjun. Arjun said that he is observing only eye of the bird. It means, friends, concentration is very much important in our study. After this answer, we are knowing very well that Arjun became very famous and great archer in throughout the world that time. That was possible only due to his great concentration. But are we having concentration? No, because we do two things at a time. We are habitual to it. For example, we take our dinner while watching the TV, or we complete the journal or manual while listening to the music. Is it concentration? No. To increase concentration, first thing you have to remember is do only one thing at a time. If you are taking your dinner, then complete it. If you are completing your journal or manual, complete it. But do only one thing at a time. By this way, you can increase your concentration. Second thing to increase the concentration is that do the meditation. Actually, our Indian culture has taken this point very well into consideration. Murti Puja is introduced for the same purpose. We are knowing very well that God is omnipresent. It means God is present everywhere. But still, why do we Murti Puja? Just because of concentration. Just because to concentrate our mind at one place. We can do Murti Puja. And in modern era, Murti Puja has given the name that is meditation. Do meditation at least for 2 minutes, 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Slowly try to increase this time. Slowly you will come to know that your concentration is increasing day by day. Second way to increase the concentration is you can do Tratak. What is Tratak? You can search it on Google, or there are different types of Trataks. Out of that, point Tratak is there, then sun Tratak is there, then candle Tratak is there, then incense stick Tratak is there. Out of that, point Tratak today I will tell you. Take one plain white color paper. At the center of that paper, make one circle of radius near about 3 mm. Darken it by black color. Keep that paper in front of you at convenient distance, and daily after taking your bath, try to concentrate your eyes on that point. Maybe for 1 minute, maybe for 2 minutes. But remember one thing, when you concentrate on that point, your mind must be totally thoughtless. You must observe that and only that point only. Slowly, you will come to know that your concentration is increasing, and slowly increase that time. Start from few seconds, then 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. After this exercise, you will come to know that your concentration is increasing day by day. So this is third technique. First technique I told you that proper time management. Second technique I told you regularity. Third technique I told you that concentration. Dear friends, fourth point is that the competition in the outside society is increased to the much extent. To anybody you ask percentage after 10th that how much he or she got. Everybody told that 90%, 92%, 95%, 96%, and like that. Nobody tells less than 90%. It means outside competition is increased to much extent outside. We must be there in that competition. If we want to keep ourselves in that competition, we must study hard. Our work should be hard as well as our work should be smart. We must able to study, or we must be able to sit for long time in one position for study. Then and then only we can compete to other students. Next point is that sincerity. Friends, our marks are proportional to the sincerity. If we want higher marks, our sincerity must be maximum. Our attendance must be maximum. We must be sincere in our school. If we are sincere enough, then automatically we will get good marks. We must be punctual. We must be attentive in all the lectures as well as practicals. Appear for all the tests, maybe daily test, maybe weekly test, maybe monthly, quarterly test, prelim examination. After getting the weekly paper, try to understand the mistakes, what you had done. Try to consult the teacher, concerned subject teacher, take his advice and try to eliminate those mistakes what you have done in that paper. Don't repeat same mistakes again and again. Immediately try to eliminate those mistakes. If some subject you are getting hard, then in that subject try to take additional efforts in consultation with your subject teacher. But always try to be very attentive. Friends, my last point is that honesty. Do whatever you are doing very honestly. Your mother, father, and all your family members, they are doing their job, their duties very honestly. The day of your mother starts with 5 o'clock of morning and it ends with maybe 11 or 12 o'clock of night. After you go to your mother go to her bed. Means your mother as well as father, they do their job very well. Only one expectation is from you, that is you have to do your study properly. You have to score good marks. Friends, with these points or with these points, I conclude my session of study techniques. If you are having any doubts or any difficulties, you can contact me through your school and through your subject teachers. I will answer the questions what you are having. Thank you. Thank you very much.